Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network here at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Kind of a where are they now? Pleased to be joined from the Kirkwood Pioneers, former Kirkwood Pioneer, former Missouri State University football player at that time, SMS, but Willie Parks. Hey, Coach, thank you so much for making time today.
Oh, no problem.
Coach, give us, for the viewers and the listeners, just kind of a background. You're originally from Kirkwood and then came to Missouri State, and by all accounts, probably one of the biggest hits in Missouri State high school football or college football history. That's the word on the street anyway. But kind of give us a little background how you ended up back at Kirkwood.
Well, it's kind of a bittersweet story. When I played at Missouri State or SMS, my freshman year, I played with Matt Irvin, who was a senior. He was one of the linemen that year. You know, he was kind of famous for his little fumblerooski that he ran, and he's chugging down the field with face smashed in a helmet. But he called me out of the blue in 2010, and he asked me what I was doing, and and he said something about possibly getting a head coaching job at Kirkwood. And he asked me, if I would come along and coach on his staff. And I was like, oh, I'd love to. I always wanted to get back home and coach turkey day. That was my biggest thing. And made some phone calls, talked to some people. My old high school coach was a principal at the time. And things kind of fell in peace, and got the football job, got the assistant track job, got a walking counselor job at the high school. So I made that move. It was kind of time. My time was well spent in Springfield. It was time for me to get back home.
Yeah, in Springfield, not only did you play at SMS at that time, did you have any interaction with the high school programs? Were you helping there at all?
Yes. Shortly after I graduated, I was playing with the Springfield Rifles for a stint.
Yeah.
I coached at Central High School for about 7 years with Coach Riley.
Yeah.
And I was at Hillcrest 1 year with Sean Flanagan. So
okay.
I spent some time with the high school, programs there. It was fun.
Yeah, both those names bring kind of full circle to me. Coach Riley married a Mount Vernon girl that I went to high school with, and Coach Flanagan, actually his father was my high school coach my senior year, and so I reminisce a little bit with those guys, and every now and then. But I'll have to make sure I tell them I got to visit with you. Of course, they'll see it when we get it posted. Yeah. But Kirkwood Pioneers, you're 3-0. On the season. Yeah. Now you got a huge game here in week 4 with Ladue, and talk a little bit about that and the excitement around Kirkwood.
Well, people don't know, and I've yet to know how good we are. We played 3 teams that they're a little down, but we got up on them pretty quick, and we thought we were going to have a little battle with Pattonville. Ended up going a different route. But Ladue's, very disciplined team, very well coached. So it'll be a nice little test for us. They got a nice running back that we got to tackle. So I love that we're physical. So it should be an exciting game.
Kind of give the listeners, viewers, an idea of what your responsibilities are there throughout the week, and then on game day, and just a little bit about what you do.
So currently the defensive assistant coach. I coach kind of the hybrid guys in the secondary, outside linebacker, strong, weak side safety, depending upon offensive sets that we see, those guys, bounce down in the box, they play some DB. So it was a learning experience for me. A lot of unnatural abilities that go on with that position that I wasn't taught. So I'm still learning a lot, and it's fun. So that's kind of what I do, and also in charge of the kickoff team as one of my special teams responsibilities. So that's exciting. I get really excited about that and take real pride in setting the tone for games on kickoff. So
yeah,
that's kind of, my daily deal. And kind of funny is I kind of coach the kickers, but not really. So it's it's the all-in-one job.
Yeah, give the listeners a little bit of an idea of the conference that you're in, who who you're going to see conference wise, and kind of handicap that a little bit. I mean, folks, we're familiar with Kirkwood, we're familiar with Ladue, MICDS has made some runs, and then maybe even up into the larger class with DeSmet and CBC, but kind of give the viewers an idea of your conference and district.
So our conference, Missouri's doing something new, and everything's tiered based on past, wins and all of that. So we're tiered with Pattonville, Hazelwood Central, Marquette, Parkway Central was in there, and they'll probably take some hits for a little bit. Eureka and Marquette, I believe, I might have said that before, but that's our conference, and it's a pretty tough conference compared to everyone else. District-wise is extra tough. We got 4 private schools. We got Marquette, and we got Lindbergh. So Lindbergh's big. They're ground and pound. So it's it'll be interesting. We could possibly go the SMET CBC both in districts before even getting out to try to battle for a championship. So it's going to be some bruises, a lot of injuries probably happen doing districts.
Yeah. Once again, we're visiting with Willie Parks, football coach at Kirkwood, former Missouri State or SMS at that time, football player. And as you look at the changes, you graduated there at Kirkwood in '92. What has changed there at Kirkwood? Do you still have the same rivals? Has the school gotten larger? What's the situation between then and now?
Well, the school is a little larger. I believe my class was maybe a little over 350. Right now, graduating classes are like 400, 450. We've been class 6 for a while. Although the first championship we won was in class 5. I believe when I was in school, we were in class 5. So it just kind of bounced back and forth. Of course, other than the facilities, like same rival, Turkey Day is the big thing. But, now that, we've won 2 state titles, it's kind of, Turkey Day has almost kind of been on the back burner for the players now. Everybody's looking to go to these championships. But at the same time, Turkey Day is kind of its own championship. So,
well, give the history there, because this is the oldest, I believe, rivalry in the state of Missouri, and it's played on Thanksgiving Day every year.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's the oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi. So, I hate to say it, but it hasn't been kind of a rivalry in the last couple of years, because we won 7 in a row, and Webster's down, and it's kind of disappointing because everybody looks forward to that game. People come in from everywhere, no matter where you go. You see somebody from Webster or Kirkwood, and they're like, "Oh, how was the Turkey Day game?" So it's some history, and everybody that's played that game can pinpoint any play that's happened. If it's 30 years ago, 40 years ago, so it's exciting. And we have our little dinner, breakfast, and we'll have alum, and that's the one thing they'll talk about is what they did at Turkey Day. So it's great life.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, I certainly appreciate you being generous with your time today. I know you've got football activities here, probably getting ready to start here in 8 or 10 minutes, but I certainly appreciate you being generous with your time. And I look forward to maybe visiting again sometime here at the Missouri Sports Network.
Yeah, that'd be great. Great. This is great.
Hey, you bet. You bet. Anybody want to give a shout out to? Because once it goes up with Missouri, there'll be Missouri State people. We had DeAndre Smith on a few months back, and I was getting, Coach Branch was even making remarks about, hey, he's got more hair than all of us, on the interview. But
no, I just, want to give a shout out to all my brothers that, from 92 to 95. And, it's been, I wouldn't change it for anything. It was great camaraderie when I was there. And I'm still pretty close to, I try to keep in contact with most, but, it's tough. I talked to Shimon Burnett like a couple months ago, and Andy Ash, like those guys are real guys. And, I'm glad everybody's doing well and all of that. So,
well, as an alum, what do you think about what's going on right now at Missouri State with Bobby Petrino?
I think it's great. I've been waiting for the time that, we had like a winning program. Like I can't remember the last time we were even ranked, so it's exciting to watch those guys. I love the uniforms. I love the stadium. I've been in the locker room once, and the kind of disappointing part is they don't get to come out of the tunnel anymore.
Yeah.
So that was, I love coming out of that. So guys didn't really experience that now. So it's, they got their own little thing to come down the hill. That's cool, But yeah, great stadium, great team. I wish those guys the best of luck.
Well, Coach Parks, I certainly appreciate you making time, and we will visit again soon, I promise.
All right, thank you.
You bet. You're listening to the Missouri Sports Network here at MissouriSportsNetwork.com and on Facebook. And as always, the Missouri State High Patrol reminds us, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. And we'll be back.